What's going on in Gabon is really concerning. If you look at the context in which this election is happening, you get to see that Africa has a lot to do. Now, we're talking about a country that is in Central Africa. Central Africa is not far away from West Africa, where we are seeing a resurgence of military coups, including coups taking over elected governments. Now, you have a context where one family has turned the country into a dynasty. That leadership is handed over from father to son, as if there are no other Gabonese that have capacity to do this. And that the son has come in, has amended the constitution, the amendment to remove term limits, the amendment to make sure that elections are done on the same day, so that there is no chance opposition has to take one step ahead of them, but also amendments to ensure that you don't have actually to go through what other countries go through in Africa, because in other countries, in order for you to be declared the winner, you must have at least attained the 50% plus one. Here, any majority you have, you get to be declared. It's really suppressing democracy in Africa, and it is also a kind of a recipe for electoral violence, but also for military coups.
International observers were not allowed into Gabon. What are your sources telling you what's going on the ground?
International observers cannot come unless you have invited them. So the government in the regime in office deems it unnecessary to invite international observers. In political contexts where you have an authoritarian regime for 50 years, such as the Bongo regime has been in Gabon, there is no civic space for citizens. If you want to survive as a citizen, then leave politics to the people in political offices. You cannot engage the political agenda. And therefore, it is an election that nobody is looking at. It's an election that you have to wait to see how the media is going to report.